You don't want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Ross, the Tar Heel. And in this huddle, baby, we're going to talk about the Heel's huge game against the Wake Forest Deacons in the ACC quarterfinal round. Now, both of these teams are fighting for their NCAA tournament lives, and Wake Forest probably has a little bit more work to do than North Carolina, even though they're the 4th seed and Carolina is the 5th seed. But this one's going to require a very strong performance from the Heels. Now, the winner of this game will get the winner of the Georgia Tech and Duke game in the semifinal round, and it basically keeps their postseason hopes alive. So we're going to just jump right into this thing. Now, North Carolina is obviously fresh off of a 20-point win over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, where Jalen Withers returned home scoring 21 points, and he grabbed 9 rebounds on 7 for 10 shooting from beyond the arc, bro, giving head coach Hubert Davis his 99th overall win at the University of North Carolina, man. Drake Powell played tremendous defense against Marcus Burton, and for the most part, Carolina turned in a really good effort against the Irish to even get to this point. Now, Carolina's leading scorer is the 6', 180-pound second-team All-ACC senior guard, RJ Davis, who's averaging 17.3 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. He's shooting 40.5% from the floor and 33.2% from 3. Their leading rebounder is a 6'3", 195-pound junior guard, Seth Trimble, who's currently averaging 5.2 rebounds per game, and he's also contributing 11.9 points per game. And Carolina's leading facilitator is a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore point guard, Elliot Cadeau, who's averaging 6 assists to 3.2 turnovers per game, along with contributing 9.6 points per game. Had a really good basketball game against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. He had 10 assists to only 2 turnovers, only scored 3 points. But as far as ball security and everything, you can't do much better than 5-1, bro. That's tremendous. We'll take that all stinking day from EC, because that has kind of been his bugaboo for the duration of his sophomore season, ball security. Now, Wake Forest overall seed, and they got that last double bye to start the tourney. Now, they last played Georgia Tech on the 8th, and they beat them pretty significantly, 69-43 out there in Winston-Salem. But before that win, they were 2-4. So maybe still trending a little bit down, man. Who's to say? They got the brakes beat off Hokies the game before that Georgia Tech game. So who's to say exactly where the Deacs are? Now, they are led by head coach Scott Forbes, who is 92-64 in his 5th year at Wake, which is good for a .590 win percentage. Their leading scorer and assist man is the 6'5", 185-pound senior guard, Hunter Salas, who is averaging 18 points per game, along with 2.8 assists. He's additionally contributing 5.1 rebounds while shooting 45.6% from the floor. He's got a really good mid-range, but he's only shooting 28% from 3, so kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Now, the Deacons' leading rebounder is the 6'7", 215-pound senior forward, Trayvon Spillers, who's averaging 7.5 rebounds per game, while additionally contributing 9.9 points himself. UNC is averaging 81.7 points per game, while giving up 76.1, while the Deacs are only averaging 70.5, and they're giving up 68. Carolina averages more rebounds and assists, while the Deacs average more blocks and steals. Now, these two teams met earlier in the year in a really ugly 67-66 Wake Forest victory behind Cameron Hildreth's 20-point barrage, and Carolina completely faltered down the stretch in that game. But this UNC team is playing at a different level, right? It almost seems like a very different Carolina team as a whole, right? A very different caliber of play, especially with the new lineup that we've gone to, introducing Jalen Withers back into that starting role, man. So different team. It's a very different game. It's the ACC tournament, man. So let's go ahead and get into Russ's 3 keys to a Tar Heel victory. And key number one is this: stop Hildreth, right? Hunter Salas is an extremely competent scorer, right? And he can hurt you from various spots on the floor. But I'd have to say that more important than squeezing the clamps on Wake Forest's leading scorer is trying to stymie their second leading scorer, Cameron stinking Hildreth, who hurt us time and again in that first game, man. Remember, Hunter Salas didn't play necessarily particularly well through large stretches of that game. It was Cameron Hildreth that really did most of the damage. So once again, we call on Drake Powell, man. I'd love to see Drake Powell get this matchup. I won't necessarily be mad to see him on Hunter Salas. I get that too. But I'd really like to see Drake get this assignment, which says so much about Drake Powell, right? That we're asking a freshman to throw the clamps on the opposing team's leading scorer, second leading scorer, whoever that happens to be. And in this case, both of them are seniors. Don't let Cameron hurt you twice. Stop Hildreth. Key number two, ball movement and security. Carolina was exceptional at times during the Notre Dame game, making the extra pass to either get a free shooter on the wing or dribble penetration dump offs to the bigs. Carolina had 19 assists on 28 made buckets with only 8 turnovers. Man, that's pretty clean basketball. Carolina needs to continue to be crisp with their ball movement to get good shots, because there's nothing wrong with hoisting up threes if we're making the extra passes and moving the ball around to get shooters free. Ball movement is going to continue to be key in order for Carolina to get out of the quarterfinals with a win. And key number three, man, no let up. This Wake Forest team is not the most gifted offensive team, and it was on full display in the first meeting. Carolina jumped out to a 16-7 lead on an EC made three, and then went on a 4-minute scoring drought, dude. And they had multiple scoring droughts throughout that game. It was inexcusable. It's inexcusable, especially when it's given that Wake is the team that kind of has a pedestrian offense. If Carolina can jump on them early, they need to keep the foot on the gas. Wake should not have won the first game. UNC can't let them off the hook. Again, no let up, bro. No stinking let up. Foot on the gas for 40 minutes, man. And that'll take us to the prediction portion of the show. According to ESPN Bet Sportsbook, the Heels are currently 5.5-point favorites at the time of this video. And that doesn't really surprise me, the way that the Heels have been playing as of late. I think Carolina punches Wake Forest in the face early in this one, and they hang on, showing that they are just top down the more gifted basketball team. This is not the same Carolina team that played the Deacs earlier in the season. I got North Carolina 80, Wake Forest 71, and I think Carolina jumps out early and they're able to kind of hold the Deacs at arm's length, man, to get to that semifinal matchup game with the Dukies, man. It's another game where we are clamoring for Carolina to just put them away, right? But Wake hangs close enough to just keep us on the edge of their seats before the Heels close it out, man. It would be a huge win for Carolina, obviously, and I think that they're the better team, and I think that they showed that in this game. So, you let me know what you think about this game and my score prediction down in the comment section. Tar Heel and Demon Deacon Nation, man. Is your boy onto something? Or am I sitting up there in the daggum nosebleeds having no idea what the heck I'm talking about? Do me a solid and hit that like button on the way out. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, whether you're a Tar Heel or not. And make sure you share this content with your Carolina friends and family. There will be no live stream tomorrow for the game, unfortunately, due to the man. And you know who I'm talking about when I say the man. But you already know that there will be a reaction video, win, lose, or draw. So you make sure that you stay tuned for that. We'll chop it up during the game anyway, man. It's a great day to be a Tar Heel, baby. And we'll catch you on the next one, Tar Heel Nation. Go Heels.